Hey,
Hi.
I think that was my fault.
I'm not sure what happened.
I think I got an unstable internet error connection thing. Okay. So now the long national nightmare is over. Okay, let me share again. Okay, so let me see. Did he mean when he said axis of symmetry, was he talking about like, okay, I got a parabola, right? And this thing that cuts it in half?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure what he meant about the change thing. It's where it starts changing. Maybe from going to the right to going left.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure what he means by change. I will tell you the axis of symmetry cuts it in half perfectly.
It's like we had an X and Y chart, so if it was like X is like -3, Y would be like 9 and like stuff like that. But then once it was like -1 and then 1 and then 0 and 0, that was
I
the
see. I see what he's saying. Okay, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So when it changes over from negative to positive, this is our axis of symmetry.
Oh,
The
okay.
equation is x equals 0.
Okay. So whenever you see it going from negative to positive, that's where like the pattern.
For now it is.
When does that change?
Yeah, when the pattern starts repeating is what I will say. Because when you start adding like x squared plus 7x minus 4, the vertex changing and it changes, and it's not where it goes from positive to negative necessarily. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's when the pattern starts to repeat, that's the axis of symmetry.
Okay, got it.
Okay, or the equation of the axis of symmetry, we should say x equals 0. It's a vertical line, so it's of the form x equals. Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, all right, so -3x squared. So looking here, actually, I think we're going to do -3x squared here, and we're going to do it in green. I know we're supposed to do them individually, but they're related. So B is going to be -3x squared. Do you know how that's going to compare to +3x squared, the red guy?
It would open down and like
Yep.
Yeah, maximum.
And the x-axis would be a mirror, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's sort of easy, isn't it?
Yeah, so wouldn't it just be like opening like with the x squared part of it, like since you originally put the x squared, would you always just put that like there and that's not a negative? Like, or I don't know how to say that. Like, the original x squared doesn't open down, only the
No, it doesn't. Yeah. We always compare to the positive x squared.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so you want to try C on your own real quick and see how you do?
Sure.
Okay. And then I'll wait a second and then I'll work silently.
Okay. So in this case, would the like line of symmetry be that like would it still be that 0, 0?
Sure would. It would be x equals 0. That's my daughter coughing, if you heard that. I'm about to call 911. She doesn't cut it out. Stop it. Okay, so now we have -1/2 x squared, right?
That means it would open down.
Right, and then we say that this opens wider, or it's less, sometimes we'll say less steep than x squared. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Something like that.
If it was like if like you have like the negative 1/2 like x squared and like the positive, would they still have that same chart? Like would the charts be the same or
Well, no, this would be, let's think about it. Well, it wouldn't make sense for them to have this the same chart, because if they had the same chart, it would be the exact same graph, right?
oh right. So
Right, so it would just be, since there's a negative in front, I'm just going to recopy this. Okay. What would be different? Like, look at the ordered pairs. Let's just do an easy one. When x equals -2, right? -2 squared is +4, right? You with me on that?
mhm.
And 1/2 of -4 is -2. So all of these guys are now negatives, except for
So
0, which is neither positive nor negative.
so you just switch the sign to the other number in the ordered pair then like
Oh, the y coordinate, yeah. But you don't have to, like, you can just plug it in, right? You don't have to like have that memorized or anything, really. You just plug it in.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is easy, I hope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So off we go. And again, notice how, like, when you do your points here, they're the same distance from the y-axis, the axis of symmetry, right?
Oh yeah.
On either side.
because it's a negative, would it be like the 3 -9 then? Like for the first one? Oh wait, that would be if it was positive. No wait.
Yeah, so do you start with the positives or the negatives
Pause. Wait.
on for your x
Oh,
values?
your x value is the -3 and your y
Okay,
is positive 9.
so -3 squared is +9 times -1 is -9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew.
What? Hold on, I got mute all these.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm gonna send you a sledgehammer so you can just like shut that thing down once and for all. How about that?
Okay, sorry, that shit.
It's okay.
I always get text during this time.
People who are bored out of their minds and wish they were doing math. That's who. That's who.
Yeah.
All right. Are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on to your sports. We got 1/5 coming in the house here. Woo. I put decimals just in case I don't want to deal with the fractions, right? So it's a very wide dealio, isn't it?
Yeah.
Less steep, wider, whatever you want to call it. Woo. Something like that. Caroline, is there any more of this? Will you give me some more, please? Use the same plate here. Thank you. All right, how we doing?
Good, I did that.
Okay, so what? Are we still graphing?
I think so.
Awesome. Okay, so Oh, man, come on, like half of that. Thank you.
I just gave you the rest.
Saumya, look at this giant plate. I already had one helping and I said, is there any more? And my loving daughter like put the whole pot on the plate. She gave me, it's enough for a horse. Am I a horse? Don't answer that. Okay. Okay, so let me put this guy here. Okay, so are you able to tell me the vertex of this guy just by looking at it? Thank you, honey.
Um, I feel like in class we learned like it would have been like the thing that's like in the parentheses and then like the number outside, but I can't remember if I remember that correctly.
That is correct, and this is a horrible sketch of y equals x squared. Okay, but here's the dealio. This is called vertex form of a parabola, y equals x minus h squared plus k,
Mhm.
where hk is the vertex.
Oh,
Okay, so notice this is minus h, right?
yeah, so that make it a positive h in this case.
In this case, yes, the h is the 2, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, all right, so this is x minus 2 squared plus 1. So the vertex is at
2 and 1.
2, 1. So let's go ahead and plot that point. 1, 2, 1. Wait, what just happened? I must have moved this. Okay. Let me get a decent sketch of this. Ah, okay. So the new vertex is 2, 1, right?
Mhm.
So do you see how the vertex went over 2 and up 1?
Yeah.
Well, the vertex is on the curve, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Right? Well, whatever happens to the vertex happens to every other point on the curve.
Oh, so just move over 2 and then move. Wait.
And then up 1. Basically, the entire curve moves over 2 and up 1.
So does that mean you would just look at each of the points you have? So like we have one that's at like 3 and 9. So that means you would move it over like 2 to the right and up 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I also want you to make a table. Okay.
Okay.
But let's just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to be fancy schmancy. You see, I'm kind of duplicating it here. My perfect curve. And it's gonna be the exact same shape. It just goes over 2 and up 1.
Oh, okay. That makes
I'm still here. I just had to get up for a second. Did you get it?
I'm kind of confused. Like, if you were to like not plug in, but like try and fill out like the graph. Like, the original graph is like 3, like 9, and like that kind of stuff. So would it just mean that I don't know how to like it would be like 5 and 10, like the first number? Or no?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So we went over 2 and up 1, right?
Yeah.
So that's over to the right 2 is adding 2 and
Yeah.
up 1 is adding 1. So we would add to the X and add 1 to the Y. Absolutely.
Oh, so,
To find the new points. Now our table doesn't look like that.
yeah.
Okay. Right. So like we plug in -3. So that would be, let's see, -25 or -5. -5 squared is 25 plus 1 is 26, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which if you look at our new graph, that makes sense because -1, 2, 3, that's this line here. It's going to be way up here, isn't it?
I like that. I was getting 26, but I was like thrown off because I was like, these numbers weren't close to what I had before, so I wasn't sure.
Right, but that's because the parabola is shifting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. If it's moving to the right, then of course the -3 is out of the picture, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay. So then it gets sort of back down to earth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why I was talking about the axis of symmetry. 0 is not the axis of symmetry anymore, is it?
Yeah, but it would be 0, 5 though, because that's when like wait. Yeah.
Yeah, -2 squared is 4 plus 1 is 5, right?
Yeah. So then with the wait, I don't know. I feel like the vertex would be like the 1 and the 2 because like that's when it starts repeating. But I don't know.
I don't like thinking of it like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you're not going to be making tables. As you get better at this, you're not going to be making tables.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to be putting it in vertex form, right? The vertex is 2, 1. And we get that just by looking at these guys, right?
Yeah. By the numbers at the top.
And you're going to graph by translating. Like you're going to learn, oh, okay, I start with the parent function x squared, and then this means I move it right and up 1, and you're done.
So
right?
would that mean like for B it would be like a -3 and a +4 for like the vertex if we were just looking at it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because that makes sense then.
Yep.
It's also much simpler looking at it that way than making the whole table.
Yes. And you don't have to make tables. He's not making you make tables, right?
No, I don't think so.
But it's always there if you get confused, isn't it? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Now you can follow the same pattern, right? So for example, I just put my vertex at -3, 4, correct?
Yeah.
So right away, when your vertex is at 0, 0, 0, 0, it's just up to get your other 2 points. You can follow the same pattern, right? Like this guy and this guy is the same as this guy and this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can do that as well. That's another little trick.
And is that because you moved over like 3 to the left because it's a negative and then 4 up
Yep,
for the y?
absolutely.
That makes sense.
And there we go.
Mm. Okay, I think
You okay?
yeah.
Okay.
If it was like because the vertex form is like like you want to take like the sorry, the y, not the y, the k and the h, or h and k, I guess. Like because in C it's a -3, like would you take the negative because you can't really like cancel
Yep.
that?
Yeah, because the general form, you can think of minus and positive signs as opposite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the K. If there's not a minus in front of it in the general form, then it's just whatever number is there.
Okay.
All right.
So then that means it's just 1 and -3 then?
That's right.
Okay.
You should be tutoring me, Saumya. You kidding me? I'm getting tired of graphing x squared. You?
Yeah. Imprinted in my brain now.
I actually have Mr. Wyatt's phone number, and we're going to have a conference call here in just a minute and tell him that you and I are done with this, and
Yeah.
he's just going to have to live with it. What do you think?
Yeah. He doesn't
You
even
with me?
He doesn't even know my name.
What?
Yeah. He calls me you because he can't pronounce it.
He can't pronounce Saumya or your last name.
Probably both, I guess.
I can't I have to have it in front of me. Kamala?
Komala? Yeah.
Kamala.
But he doesn't even know how to say my name in general. So it's just awkward in class when he tries to call me. But
Hey, you.
yeah, he says that. He calls me you. And it's awkward.
Is he being funny?
No, he just doesn't know it.
Well, that's not funny, is it?
No. Because he was dismissing the class one time and I was the last one to go, and he had to like move around the class and point at me to tell me to go.
It's not funny. It's kind of funny, is it? I don't know. Whatever.
It is funny. I laugh about it, but it's also annoying.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. He's a little annoying. I'm just.
His work is.
All right. So it's what, like this, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. So the vertex is at 1, -3. All right. Okay. So here we go. All good?
Yes. And like, I just wanted to double check. I did it anyways. Like, I got the -4 anyways. But like, if it is like a positive, it's just gonna become a negative, right? For like the h value because it's a
Yep.
minus anyways. Okay.
Because the general form is minus, right? So it
Yeah.
means opposite.
Okay.
Right?
I just wanted to make sure.
So the opposite of 4 is -4. You can think of it like that.
Okay.
Or you just change the sign for that one, however you want to remember it.
Okay.
Cool. See, now look at, okay, Saumya, I want you to know how nice I'm being, because I could have totally duplicated my y equals x squared all the way through, but I am with you in solidarity of the pain of sketching x squared every time. All right, so I just, not every tutor will do that, Saumya. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks.
And if you think I'm just trying, I'm fishing for, a thank you, then you're right. That's all. I'm just very insecure. But you do get that if we actually could physically pick up x squared, we could just pick it up and move it, and it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
Just a different vertex. Okay,
Moving it over to the right 4 and then down.
cool. You good with E?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the hardest part isn't even like finding like the vertex or anything like that. I feel like the hardest part is actually drawing it and
Yeah.
making it look proper.
If you put your guy, I mean, do you see how I have my ugly points?
Yeah.
If you put those there, it's a little easier.
Yeah.
Just do not, Saumya, do not do that.
As long
Don't
as
do it.
V.
Yeah, don't do it, because you know what'll happen? I'll be at your front door.
that.
No, you don't. Okay, so what I want to do, unless you have something, I want to show you something graphically, unless you have something that you want to get to right away.
No, but
Okay. So let's see. Just so you have a pretty good picture of this whole deal. Where are we? I don't know where we are. Where are we? Okay, so I'm going to go back through these, right?
mhm.
And just so we can see how perfectly what's going on. Okay, so there's y equals x squared, right?
Yeah.
That's the parent function.
Mhm.
And then we had to do y equals 3x squared, right?
Yeah.
So you
Oh.
see how it's narrower.
Yeah.
And then this would be negative 3x squared,
Oh yeah.
right?
hmm
Okay,
Reflecting on.
correct. So I'm going to get rid of that. And now I want to compare it to 1/2 x squared. So x squared is red, 3x squared is blue, and 1/2 squared is green. So do you see how the difference, like x squared parent function, right?
Yeah.
If it's a number greater than 1, it's going steeper.
Yeah.
And if it's between 0 and 1, it gets wider.
Yeah.
I would say fraction. I'll call it a traditional fraction, which is not an official math word. But it's where, when I say traditional, it's where the numerator is less than the denominator, not greater.
Mhm. So if it was
Because,
like, sorry,
go ahead.
if it was like 2/4, it would still be like wider. But if it was like a 5/6, it would be like thinner, I guess.
No, it would still be wider. If it was 6/5,
Oh yeah,
it
sorry,
would be
that's what I meant.
steeper. Yeah,
Okay,
right?
yeah, I understand.
And then the other one I'll put on there is the widest of them all that we did.
The one.
The widest of them all, like Snow White, the fairest of them all. What if Snow White was unfair? Did we ever think about that? Like, what if she was? Never mind. So there's 1/5. Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Oh,
Okay. Let's get crazy. You want to get crazy? Crazy? How about 1/10? Oops. I couldn't see what I was doing. That's a whole different. That's a whole different bit of fun you get to do later in your math career. So you have that to look forward. 1/10 x squared, right?
whoa.
Okay. And so big blue there is 3x squared, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What if we did 5x squared? Ooh,
Oh. So like the larger the number is, it's
the more steep, right?
yeah, it's weird.
Which makes sense because you're multiplying your y value by that, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go 100x squared.
Oh.
Whoop. See it right there?
Yeah. Whoa.
It's a work of art, isn't it?
Kind of is actually.
Yeah. Okay. And then I want to do the same thing. Let's get rid of these disgraceful parabolas. Okay, so then if you look at question 5, right? So we had x squared, And now we're gonna have y equals x minus 2 squared. So do you see how that moved it 2 units to the right?
Yeah.
Right, so that's a vertex of 2, 0, isn't it?
Mhm.
Okay, and then if we do the plus 1,
Oh, I moved it up.
see?
Yeah.
So over 2, up 1.
Oh. Okay.
Same exact dude, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
If you picked up that x squared and put it 2 to the right and 1 over, it would be the same exact thing as the second one that you put.
exact, yes. Exact. So now what was the next one? It was plus 3,
Plus 4.
plus 3, right?
Yeah, and then plus 4.
And then plus 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Whoa.
So if I pull it down, you can get a better picture of it.
Because you went left, I mean, right, wait,
Left 3,
yeah, left 3, because
up 4.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then, so then we had what? Minus 1, minus 3. So
Yeah.
kind of try and think what it's going to look like. Like put your eye where you think it's going to look like when I put in minus 1 and then minus 3.
So then go to the right or down there.
Yeah, right 1, down 3.
Oh.
Right? Right
Yeah.
1, down 3.
Mhm.
And then we'll do the last 2. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. You get the idea. But I just wanted to show you. So here's the thing, Saumya. I didn't want to make you feel bad. I could draw them by hand as perfect as these, right? But I just didn't want to make you feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm an uplifter. I'm not a put downer, right?
Okay.
I don't like to show off.
Okay.
And I just think I'm really funny. All right. Saumya, you have a great week. Are we meeting next week? Do you know? It's the start of spring break. Should I text mom?
I think I'm in California and I think I come back on Wednesday, so I have to check with like my I don't know, my flight and all that.
Okay.
You can text my mom. She knows
Okay.
more.
All right. Very good.
All right.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.